What is up, YouTube? We got the big match off today. We got 426 versus the 632. Y'all been having a big discussion about this, saying that, Chevy gonna pull it off, that Chevy ain't got enough. So, hey, watch this little intro and we're gonna get straight into it. Let's go.
I spent a couple thousand on Da Vinci. Loud pipes, bitch, I'm in the Hemi. Smoking this out of pressure, sipping Henny. I'm in that push start. Ain't no foreign, bitch, I'm in the Mopar. Niggas hating, but they ain't got no car. Mid-month to delete for my co-star. We done came a long way, now we so far. All this money can't fit in my go yard. Keep my foot on the gas, ain't no chauffeur. Hellcat wide body on 4G. Alexander McQueen.
All right, guys. So, y'all said in my last video I was talking a little bit too much. Okay. So, I'm going to do a little less talking, but first off, I'm going to get a shout out to my boy, Everything Cars on TikTok. Make sure y'all give him a follow. I'm gonna drop it right here so y'all can go check out his videos and
one another. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first, let's talk about the size. The Elephant is a 426 cubic inch or a 7-liter displaced V8 with a 3-liter supercharger sitting on top of it that provides 15 pounds of boost straight to the engine's combustion chamber. On the other hand, Chevy's 632 cubic inch or 10.4-liter displaced V8, unlike Mopar's 426 engine, is naturally aspirated. I couldn't find the exact weight for these monsters, but thanks to the Elephant's use of aluminum alloy for the block heads and pistons, it gives it no doubt in my mind a clear weight advantage over Chevy's 632 cubic inch engine, which uses cast iron for the engine block, not to mention that thing's just bigger, so it's going to weigh more. So now let's talk about the power output of these two beasts. The Elephant pushes 1,000 horsepower and 950 pound-feet of torque, while the 632 pushes 1,004 horsepower and 876 pound-feet of torque. So basically what it comes down to is the 632 pushes an extra 4 horsepower, but it loses in terms of torque rating. The Elephant's redline is set at 6,200 RPMs compared to the 632's maximum of 7 grand, and they both achieve the numbers they do on 93 premium pump gas, which in my opinion, 1,000 horsepower on pump gas is pretty damn impressive. The 632 uses 8 port injectors with the engine breathing through high-flow aluminum cylinder heads. The Elephant also uses a port fuel injection system. However, the 632 intake ports all have the same length and volume, which ensures that all 8 cylinders have similar, if not identical, power output, which is definitely something you want to note here. The 632 has a bore of 4.6 inches and a stroke of 4.75 inches, and it has a compression ratio of 12:1. The Elephant's bore is 4 inches and the stroke is 4.125 inches, and it has a compression ratio of 9.5:1. For those of you who don't know how that stuff works, the bigger your bore and stroke and the bigger your compression ratio, the more power your engine has, and the 632 has a bigger bore and stroke and a bigger compression ratio as well. So based off the numbers and the research I've done, I will personally say that I believe it is very impressive Chevy was able to make 1,000 horsepower non-aspirated, and that each of their 8 cylinders have almost identical power output. However, I believe it's very impressive that Dodge can almost achieve the same amount of power and more torque with over 200 less cubic inches of displacement. Something else you guys might want to think about though is the 426 is already equipped with a supercharger and Chevy's engine is not, meaning that if you were to put a supercharger on that engine, if it's doable, that could be an uh-oh for Mopar fans. Chevy also has a bigger bore and stroke and a bigger compression ratio, which really helps in terms of power. What it really
well. The battle of the crate engines. So a lot of y'all been saying, no matter what it is, Mopar gonna pull it off. But I mean, let's be honest. That's a big block. It ain't supercharged, turbocharged, none of that. And like my boy said, if this thing can support a supercharger or turbocharger, whatever it may be, Mopar is in trouble. Because you got to think, that thing is already, the 426 is already supercharged. You could probably twin turbo it and, do twin supercharge or twin charge and pull more power. But you got to think, this is a bigger block. Like he said, yes, it is heavier. But if you add more power to it, then you're gonna make up for that weight, especially if it's capable of a supercharger or turbocharger or whatever it may be. Seeing that it's already pushing more power, it's going to be, it's definitely going to be something to be reckoned with on the streets, especially if you drop it in something like a Corvette that's already so much lighter than Mopar. So you could actually tip off the scales. So yes, the 426 is lighter, but it's going in a heavier car. Yes, the 632 is heavier, but you can put it in a lighter car. So, I mean, let's be honest here. I feel like Chevy and Mopar are neck and neck. If that thing gets supercharged and dropped in a Corvette, I really do think they might have it. But hey, I want to hear what y'all got to say. So definitely drop it in the comments. I want to see what y'all think about this. Let's get this argument rolling, because I honestly think Mopar's in trouble if this thing is in the wrong hands. Because you got all these people that's modding Mopars, making 1,000 horsepower cars, 2,000 horsepower cars, and I feel like Chevy is the new trend. And if somebody gets their hand on this motor and, you know, gets all the schematics of it and tries to add more power to it, they're gonna get exactly what people have been scared of it doing. So, hey, I want to hear what y'all got to say. Hey, thanks for checking out this video, though. Like I said, drop in the comments what y'all think about it. I need y'all opinions. I want to know exactly what y'all got to say about this. And hey, road to 1K. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers so we can start going live on YouTube and doing arguments like this more often, because this is what it's about. You know, Mopar has competition now. Some of y'all might not think that, and some of y'all are on board with it. Like, this ain't no little movement that Chevy is doing. Chevy is trying to do everything better. So, hey, peace out till next time.